Alright then, so now we can complete projects and also delete them. I'd like to show you how to add new projects, and for that we're going to need a form whereby a user can enter in a title and some details as well, and then when they submit it, it sends a request to add that data. So the first step is to create that form, and that's going to go in another view. So let me create a new file, and this will be called add project.view. And inside here, I'm going to boilerplate it by typing out view and selecting this first option. All right, so let's do the template. We're just going to do a form and take away the action. And inside the form, we'll need a couple of different input fields. I'm going to do a label for each one. And the first one is going to be for the title. So that is the title of the project. Now, this needs an input field, which will be of type text. And then also, I'm going to make sure that this is required. We will use vModel on this in a second as well. Now we need a label for the details. So let's create that. Details. And then under that, I'm going to use not an input field, but a text area, like so. Now we don't need any of this stuff right here. We're going to style it in the CSS. So let's get rid of all that. And then the text area is going to also be required. And by the way, we can still use a vModel with text area, much the same way we can do with input fields. So now let's create the data down here so we can hook vModel up to these two fields. So data function, which returns an object, and inside the object we need a title property, which will be an empty string to begin with, and also we need a details property, which is going to be an empty string to begin with. Now we can attach vModel to each of these to track what a user types into them. So title for the first one, and then down here, v-model is equal to details for the second one. Okay. So now we're tracking what a user types into these things. We also want to let them submit the form. So we'll do a button at the bottom, which says add project. Okay. So to listen to the submit event, we go to the form and we say at submit and set it equal to some kind of function. So this is going to be handle submit. But remember, we need to prevent the default action of a form being submitted, which is the reloading of the page. So to do that, I'm going to say dot prevent right here, and that prevents that default action. Okay, so we need our methods now. And inside the methods property, we need our handle submit method. And all we're going to do inside this is log to the console the different values. So this dot title and this dot details. Okay, so that's the bare bones of this project. Now we need to make a route for this component. So let's go to our router file, and after this one, we'll say the path is going to be /add to go to this page. The name is going to be add project, and then the component we want to load is going to be add project. We also need to import that at the top. So let's do that right here. Instead of home, it should be add project, like so. All right, so let me now save this and preview it over here by going to /add. And now we can see this form, and it looks terrible. So let's add some styles to this form. And what I'm going to do is just copy all of these styles from my repo, because again, I really don't think you want me to type out CSS from scratch and waste your time. Let me go to add project. I will walk you through these quickly though. So basically what we're doing is taking the form and just applying a background color of white, some padding and a border radius. Label is displayed as block, color of a light gray, uppercase. We reduce the font size and we make it bold. A bit of letter spacing and margin top and bottom, 10 pixels and 20 pixels. And the input field, we gave 10 pixels of padding. We strip away the border, we give it a border bottom only, which is light grey. The width is 100%, and the box sizing is border box. So the whole width takes into consideration the padding and the border. The text area, very similar. Border is 1 pixel solid all the way around this time though. Padding of 10 pixels, width 100%, border box, and a height of 100 pixels. And then finally, the button, which is display block. Margin top and bottom of 20 pixels, or rather just at the top of 20 pixels, 0 at the bottom, auto left and right. The background is that green color. The color of the text is white, bit of padding, border 0, border radius of 6 pixels, and the font size is 16 pixels. And remember, if you want to get all of these styles, all you need to do is head on over to the course files, which are on GitHub, and you just need to select the lesson 63 branch and find the correct file, add project. They're all down here, so you can just copy and paste them. All right, so now hopefully this is going to look a bit better if we save it. And voila, it does look better. So let's see if this works. I'm just going to inspect because we're logging these things to the console and blah, blah, load of junk, add project, and we can see it right here. So the next step is to then make a post request to add this as a new project in this data, and we'll tackle that next.